Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. This might be a bit of a shorter episode, just because we've spent like the more of the pre-session than usual talking, and time has passed. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I will not keep these people hostage for too long. Anyway, last time, bunch of stuff happened. We're finally free of that stupid room we've been stuck in for half a year, and let's see. Let's see what these people are up to, have them introduce themselves. I've rolled dice in the background, as usual. Dice have determined that we're going in reverse alphabetical order, meaning that Show&Tell should begin and introduce herself and her character, if you will. Could you please go ahead, Show&Tell?
Yes, of course. Hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel, who has he's been through a lot, and he thought that he found a friendly face, and it betrayed him, and he's really, I don't know, he's really going through it.
Yeah, to put it lightly, yeah. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. Then, according to the dice, we would have Izvir. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I'm Izvir, and I'm playing as Miroslav, who is at the moment shaving Muninn's face and finally having a one-on-one talk.
Sounds more menacing when you put it that way, but yeah, indeed. Thank you very, very much, Izvir. Then, speaking of, we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. As usual, I'm playing as Muninn, the Traveling Scholar, turned Oracle of Cassius, and as Izvir rightfully put, getting well-deserved shave. Hopefully not Demon Barber style. I can't remember his actual name, though. I was going to say Jack the Ripper, but that's not right. Sweeney Todd. Hopefully not Sweeney Todd style.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll do it afterwards because I'm gonna have to talk for a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Remind me to look that up because I have no idea who you're talking about. I'll be honest.
Sorry. He's a barber who kills people.
Yeah, and makes them into meat pies.
Yeah.
Nice. To be fair, I guess, yeah. Izvir currently holds a knife to Muninn's throat. Not Izvir. Miroslav holds to Muninn's throat. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if Miroslav wanted to, Muninn could be a pie, maybe. In the near future.
We'll see.
Hostage, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Thank you very, very much, Dely. So, as usual, dear viewers, we will begin also with the recap, but also by showcasing this lovely artwork that Izvir drew of cute little Anghel finding the metal cylinder on Piroshka's body. It's Zelda, right? That's the reference. I haven't played Zelda.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Legend of Zelda.
Okay, thank you, Izvir. I know I haven't played Zelda. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'll revoke my '90s kid card, I guess. Anyway, yeah. With this lovely artwork, that will be on screen while I babble on about what happened last time, so that you all can appreciate it and show Izvir some love. So, last time we began the session with, of course, Muninn throwing up, as per the terms of the compel that Dely subjected Muninn to a long while ago. Then, in the rush to escape the burning building, finally, Muninn and Nikephoros had a brief disagreement about the fate of Anghel. Muninn insisted that Anghel ought to be spared. Is that the right term? That Anghel's on site. Let's say that. And Anghel, while he was stumbling outside, aided by always Thirsty and Muninn. I don't know what's with me and confusing names today. Anyway, stumbled across Piroshka's body, remembered, oh yeah, there was a metal cylinder on that body that we've been like reminding ourselves for the past few months anyway, retrieved it, handed it to Muninn. Job well done. You exited the building. Miroslav, due to Izvir being savvy as in smart, noticed that the group exited in spite of being invisible and managed to more or less reunite with them. Anghel took Miroslav's hand to guide him on their escape because the rest of the party still decided to be invisible, and also promptly puked on Miroslav, as you do. While the group was sneaking away, guided by Nikephoros Zarhos, who had a particular destination in mind, you all finally heard the hooves that Miroslav heard previously and how they were heading away. Turns out, according to Dely's spoiler vision, I guess, basically me messaging them, basically Akesius whispering in Muninn's ear, they were centaurs that Akesius sent to kill any stragglers from the estate, and they've more or less succeeded, except for the free servants that Anghel's horse rescued, whose fate will surely never come back to bite you all in the butt. Who knows? Anyway, then, as you guys continue making your escape, dodging the gathering crowds as well as the soldiers who had headed to this town from the opposite side of the river, you eventually rejoin the main street, where you notice that those soldiers have been busy. Then apparently they had been impaling prisoners of war all the way from on the road from St. Paris itself, for like tens of kilometers. You can imagine how many prisoners, not just tens, maybe hundreds. You can imagine how many prisoners that is. Apparently, it was the prince's prerogative as a sort of macabre way of announcing his wedding and, well, just how quote-unquote awesome he is in general, at least in his view. Anyway, after that grim spectacle, as you guys continue sneaking away, Anghel heard a familiar voice in the market, as Show&Tell teased in the beginning, the voice of his future brother-in-law, as we love to call him, Joseph, singing off-key, as he usually does. Anghel decided to head to the market, understandably, and separated from the group. In the market, he saw a bunch of things that I don't know if they're necessarily worth repeating. A statue, Mercurio the missionary, Abdul, and a fancy-looking woman, to quote. But his focus was on Joseph. And, oh yeah, Joseph, wasn't your leg supposed to be broken? And why did you just turn into a random bird and are trying to kidnap me? Is how that went. Yes, Joseph was not actually Joseph, but a shapeshifter that tried to kidnap Anghel, but failed. Decided that even though Anghel was basically on death's door, he just couldn't free rolls, and the shapeshifter couldn't succeed in taking Anghel, and decided this is way too public, I'm leaving. But not without mumbling some villainous words of how Anghel spoiled his plan to kidnap people, and that, quote, the dragon will not be happy. So that's ominous. And then Anghel passed out, because, understandable. Meanwhile, Nikephoros brought Muninn and Miroslav to the nobleman Zamfir's estate. You have not met Zamfir yet, on that note. Cancelled the concealment spell and brought you, or the both of you, inside, where you once again met Basil, Nikephoros' son, who seemed kind of uneasy, was apprehensive about Muninn, and somewhat friendly towards Miroslav. We sort of established that Miroslav and Basil knew each other at the very least. Then Basil guided the two of you to your rooms on the second floor, probably to better keep you there, basically. Nikephoros intends on inviting the three of you to a dinner once Anghel is retrieved, but before that, Miroslav heard something on the roof, and also offered to shave Muninn, and that's more or less where we left off, with also Muninn removing the letters that they retrieved from the Palace estate. Palace is the name of the owner. I don't know what they were intending, actually. I'm not going to put words into Dely's mouth. Anyway, so that's more or less where we rejoin the action. Now, my question would be, whom should the camera focus on first? Muninn and Miroslav or Anghel? And unless there are any volunteers, because I'm personally undecided, I'm content with leaving this to a roll of the dice. What say the three of you?
I'm also fine with the roll.
Yeah.
I am too.
All right. Then I'll roll D3, which will be alphabetical. So one's Deli, 2 is Izvir, and 3 is Show&Tell. And obviously, the results sort of speak for themselves.
Awesome.
Izvir, so Muninn and Miroslav. We will begin with the two of them. So
Awesome.
Yeah. As I go to turn on the background music, what's up with the two of you? Obviously, I've sort of set the scene of where we left last time of Miroslav shaving Muninn and Muninn setting down the letters, but feel free to talk about that and sort of set the scene further. And of course, Show&Tell, even though Angel's not on the scene, feel free to intercede as sort of yourself if you want to. Of course, okay?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I will promptly shove the microphone into your faces. Go ahead.
Do you have anything that you want to say first, or should we just get into it? Izvir.
I guess we can just get into it.
Okay, cool. So as I don't know exactly where we are positioned and stuff like that, but
we are next to the table. You're on a chair, and next to you stands the bowl of water.
A bowl of water
Right.
that's meant for cleaning your hands before dinner, but Miroslav's using it for shaving. Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah. So he would have basically washed your face and then
began.
yeah.
I guess Muninn, if Muninn, so Muninn's sitting in this chair, and as they lay their head back, if Izvir, Miroslav goes to goes to shave their beard, like they would stop them for a minute, stop Miroslav for a minute and just say be careful around, they would say be careful around my neck. You don't want neither of us want any accidents to happen, do we? And they would give him a look to be don't cut my neck, please.
Miroslav would look at them and be like, yeah, that's why you asked me to shave you and didn't try yourself, because you would have probably cut yourself.
Well, Miroslav volunteered. Let me correct you. But yeah.
I know, but Miroslav is basically just wants to say yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm doing this so that there will be no accidents happening.
Okay. I think Muninn would see that as genuine, unless you're not obviously being genuine, but I feel like Muninn can tell.
He is.
Yeah. I feel like Muninn can tell that you're being genuine, and is for the time being trustful of your trustful of a sharp object next to their to their throat, essentially, for now.
Yeah.
And they say to Miroslav, so who taught you to shave? Or they ask him, not say, they ask him.
A person I met on my travels before I started working for Lady Ophelia, who found that if I looked a bit cleaner, I might have better chances of finding somebody that would employ me for anything other than dirty work.
For honest work.
Yeah. So
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Sorry. Mina would say a good thing too, because they had whoever taught you had some sense in them. An unshaven beard is an unshaven face is a dirty face. An unshaven face is an unclean face, is what they would say.
I don't know if there's an emoji for it, but if there was, I would send you from Cassius the nodders emoji. Like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Miroslav would make a bit of a face. Because he isn't clean shaven, he just has a very well kept beard.
Right.
So, but he won't correct you, just be like, yeah, an unkempt beard is not a good look.
Yeah. They're also being very hypocritical because they do have a big beard. Well, not a big beard, but they do have a beard.
Yeah, Miroslav would be like, yeah, it's kind of the the main reason why I offered to shave your beard.
I don't know. I can't remember. Sorry if we've established this above board. But Muninn would ask Miroslav, so how long have you been working for Ophelia?
It would be nearly a year now, I think. I think that was what we established.
Yeah.
I think so too. Actually, maybe a bit more than a year, and I'll explain why. Because in the setting of the campaign, a big war just ended, and the war lasted for more than a year. If there was a war going on, stuff would have been difficult to get employed in this way. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, so it would have been before the war.
So let's say 3 years max ish.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would more be 1.5 or 2 years. So.
Which would have been before, right? You said. Right.
Yeah.
So you've been employed ever since, if that makes sense, or during, or whatever.
I've been with Lady Ophelia since a bit before the war started, so it's a year and a half, maybe 2. I haven't really kept note of it that clearly.
Yeah. And she treats you well, Lady Ophelia?
Yes, she's a very, very good employer.
Well, you've certainly come into your own since you've certainly come into your own, Miroslav. I feel like it was we've not known each other long, but it's not very often I trust people to do this, and then Muninn would motion their hand to the general situation.
I almost wonder, how did Muninn get shaved before? Did they just avoid the barbershop entirely? Because I don't want a knife to my throat.
Yeah, I guess so. But
I'm glad you can trust me as much.
Yeah. I guess as they are being shaved, would now be a good... Or should we do the letters thing later, do you think?
Either works for me. So it's entirely up to you guys.
Okay. I mean, it probably won't take too long to shave Muninn, as it's clean shaving and not trying to get the beard into a proper form.
I will
Right.
mention just like counting. The letters are not super long. I think you have time to like read one, maybe two, while you're being shaved, and they are not encrypted, so you
Okay.
don't need to spend time decrypting them, if that makes sense. The way this will work above board is sort of similar to how we've done before. I message Deli the contents of the letter, and they decide if they want to reveal it or not. Because hey, Muninn's the only literate one here.
Yeah.
Their privilege, I
Fair
guess.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. As long as it's not going to be too, what's the word? Obstructive to the flow of anything. Like, I feel like it would be cool to read one of them.
Yeah. No, I think it should be fine. Miroslav would be very cautious as to will not hurt you.
Or like spray them with water, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well, there's three choices because you have three letters. There's the one in the silver casing, which is I'll not go into detail because you have to open the casing first.
Okay.
There's two the two more sort of mundane ones, for lack of a better term. What the only thing I can tell you at a sort of glance is that one has nice handwriting and one it's not quite as nice but still legible.
Okay. Can I read the next one first? Or whichever one seems like less heavy to read, like one that's like a quick read, because like they're just they're almost reading it like a.
I will say you have. Do you want to open the little silver thingy encasing thing because you don't know the length of that letter?
I don't know. I feel like I would probably save that one for later, but I don't know if that's like the best thing to do.
Sure. Of the other two letters, they appear to be similar in length.
Okay, so I'll read the one with the nicer handwriting, I think, just to like, because it'll be easier to read while being shaven, I guess.
Sure. I messaged you the contents of the letter.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to read it now. Yeah, Muninn would read it like a newspaper almost, like, you know, like...
Yeah. And yeah, Miroslav would like, if he needed to like move Muninn's face around, he would just move it.
Yeah.
Not really caring whether he would interrupt your reading.
Fair enough.
If Muninn lets him like move the face around.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I feel like Muninn and I are both like too engrossed to care, I think. In a nice way, obviously, in a nice way. From the Deli side, not the Muninn side.
Sure. And again, it's Deli's privilege if they want to reveal the contents of the letter and the manner in which they reveal it, as in reading it or just summoning up to you entirely.
Muninn would say to Miros, let me check sorry, I'm just going to check my notes because I don't recognize the name.
You would not recognize either name, I will say that.
Oh, okay, fine. Muninn would say to Miroslav, do you know anyone called Ro?
Give me...
Do I?
Give me a careful, Miroslav. Muninn, can I get a clever from you?
0.
Miroslav, you obviously don't.
A clever, you said. A 4.
It's obviously a nickname.
Right. Muninn would say out loud, Ro, Ronin, Robin. Like, just like names like that begin with R-O.
And there are plenty of them, I'll say that.
Yeah. As far as I don't know if Muninn would really read out the contents, but I also don't want to leave the letter to myself.
There's Deli, you have the choice is entirely yours, including if you want revealing the contents above board, not as Muninn, but that's entirely up to you.
Sure.
Miroslav would be like, I don't think I know anyone by that name. Maybe Anghel does. We can ask him when he gets here.
Yeah.
I would say, Miroslav, you don't know anyone named Ro, but you know plenty of people with names starting with Ro. So it's sort of like, yeah, like Deli just said, Ro, Robin.
I mean, let's phrase it more. Miroslav doesn't know anyone that uses the nickname Ro.
Oh, sure. Sure.
In that way, I guess it makes more sense.
That does make sense.
If it wasn't obvious, because both of the letters came off from, like, you took them from Caramel Soldiers, both of them are written in that particular script.
Okay. I think Muninn would throw, when you frisbee something, because like paper like is like really light, isn't it? So you have to frisbee it to throw it. Muninn would frisbee it to the nearest like table, and the table in front of them, right? So and say, just seems like a letter from home or to home, I guess. Just someone regretting their decisions, regretting the war. I don't know.
Cassius will whisper in your mind, reread the last line. That's why I mentioned it might be useful. Do you remember that these soldiers are minor nobility?
It's. I mean, the soldier that was holding Muninn would say this. I mean, it's a letter to someone's mother. Row, like whoever this Row is, sent a letter to their mother. I mean, I don't know if that's. It says mummy, so I don't know if that's their actual mother or what. But Ertugrul, sorry for the pronunciation. Ertugrul, that's it. Ertugrul Ghazi has some business in Bogdania.
You know that he was plotting the coup and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Muninn would shrug and just say, "Just looks like a letter to someone's mother," and that the soldier was must have been delivering the. Could I roll a clever to see like if it was the soldier that was delivering it, or if the soldier just had it because he killed someone that had the letter originally? Does that make sense?
Give me a clever. It will be a fairly easy roll, I'll say.
Okay. I imagine the answer is probably no.
It's still sufficient to say very unlikely that they killed someone for this letter, because like it's written in Caramel script and it was held by a Caramel, so they didn't take this off the hands of an enemy. And why would you kill someone for a letter, particularly this kind of letter?
Yeah. No, I feel you. Muninn would shrug and just say, just seems like a letter to someone's mother. Again, the last line above board is, I'll be back as soon as I can. Good friend of mine will deliver this letter. It just looks like a scared soldier to me.
What was the name of the friend that delivers the letter? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
There's no name given for the friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like there was a name.
Yeah, and above board, that's why Acacius thought, hey, this might be useful, because you can ingratiate yourself as a friend of a minor noble.
Oh. Good point. That's good to know. So is that all that Acacius would say on that? It's just like, yeah, you could use this.
Yeah. On this particular one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like Muninn. I feel like after saying all that, Muninn would, throw it to the table, and then say, Muninn would pose it again to Miroslav. Any ideas? I guess not.
Sorry.
It's okay. Muninn asks Miroslav, "Oh, do you have any ideas about like what I just read?"
About the person writing to their mother?
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
I mean, it seems they
Must have loved their mother. I guess
Yeah.
Muninn would shrug.
I'm just trying to understand why the friend would go back and
Deliver it.
he
for him.
wouldn't. Did
I
he
guess it's-
think he would die?
Yeah, I think
Or
Muninn would.
no?
Sorry, are you asking as Miroslav or as Izvir?
Yeah, as Miroslav is just like he doesn't really know what to do
Yeah.
of the letters. Since you didn't read the whole letter out loud, you just like said, yeah, it's somebody called
Yeah.
Ro writing to their mom. And
That's what it seems like.
that
to me,
the
yeah.
friend will deliver it.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
feel like
just
that
like-
seems. That seems what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems like something a soldier that might not return home would do.
Cassius just spoiled the answer for Muninn.
No, that makes sense in hindsight. Ro is short for Ertugrul.
No, it's not.
No,
Where do you see Ro in Ertugrul?
I don't know.
Then it would be
Rule
Ru.
Ro, maybe. Ro did not have time to hand it to their friend. I don't know. I'm too stupid.
Ertugrul was Ro's boss, and Ertugrul was in a rush. And because Ertugrul was in a rush and was rushing Ro around, Ro did not have time to hand a letter to a friend. It's that simple.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, at least Muninn would say, at least we've got some kind of not bargaining shit, but some kind of fake letter of like ID, right? Like some kind of fake yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
If do let me know when the shaving process is done, for lack of a better term.
I mean, he probably would be like finishing up now, like just making sure that everything is nice and clean, and then like yeah,
We would say
wash off the hair that was cut off with like water and a cloth.
yeah. Awesome. Muninn would like take I don't know, is there a towel nearby?
There will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muninn would take the towel and then like dry off their face and if there's a mirror
As Muninn, I'm guessing he would was about to like rub his face dry, or like would he be a bit more careful?
they would rub their face dry, yeah.
Miroslav would like stop them and be like, "Were you freshly shaven? Your skin is very easily irritated, so don't rub it. It will not look beautiful."
I knew that. Muninn would.
My brain was racing, like given Izvir's tone, like what did Miroslav plant like a bomb on Muninn's neck or something? What's going on?
Miroslav was just like, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. As someone who doesn't shave very often, obviously, I feel like that makes sense. So
Yeah.
Muninn would be like, I knew that, and then, but obviously they didn't know that. They're just pretending.
I will mention this, I think, counts as a chance to rest. I've removed Muninn and Anghel's level 2 stress and consequences. No, well, their stress and the level 2 and 4 consequence. Actually, yeah, I'll remove it for Muninn too, yeah.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Anghel being passed out does count as a chance to rest, yes.
Yeah. Great.
Muninn would thank, because I just realized, Muninn will thank Miroslav with like a head nod and say like, you've done well. I've never looked better.
I
If
agree,
you-
says Akis, yes.
If you want, I can teach you how to do it yourself as well.
Mm.
So you won't have to ask me every time your beard grows back.
I'll have to take you up on that. Thank you. Maybe when maybe when there's a little bit more stubble, we can arrange that.
Yes.
And then for the meantime, they would like ponder over the letter again, to be like, row, and then I guess everything that Teeironor gleamed. Would it be fair that Muninn would like come to that conclusion, or well, not come to? I guess you said it. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
Casey told you, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So
This isn't just me spoiling it for you all. This is Cassius informing Muninn.
yeah.
Maybe should we maybe go
Yes.
look for Anghel as well?
I thought that's what you were going to say.
It hasn't been very long, but he seemed to be very hurt, considering he puked blood. I'm guessing that was Anghel and not you.
I think Muninn would say, if we did look for him, we'd have to be careful. We're obviously not allowed to leave. Or they don't want us to leave anyway.
I mean, maybe if we ask Basil to accompany us, it might be fine, since that would mean that we are not going anywhere where they don't know we are going. And I also need to still go to the market to buy something for Lady Ophelia.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it then. We'll see what they say.
Yes. So, also, I don't remember. Did Miroslav already go and like get changed and cleaned up, or was
No, we
okay
did not.
then?
Well,
then
Miroslav did a bit while they were sneaking. They tried to.
Yeah, no, but
Formally, no.
like,
Yeah.
Miroslav would be like, but first I would like to get changed and also clean myself up a bit. So you should maybe also do the same, and looks at like Muninn's blood splattered pants.
Yeah, that's all that I'm wearing. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. You go do that. I'll scrub some of this grime off of me.
As mentioned, both your rooms have changes of clothes if you want to use them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, Miroslav would leave Muninn's room and go to his own and clean up.
Oh, mid convo, by the way, Miroslav, you did see Muninn's eyes glow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a visual sign. Yeah. Okay.
He will, after changing and cleaning up, ask Muninn things.
And then
Go ahead.
What I was gonna say, while Muninn's cleaning, I think they would. Is it okay to say that I can fulfill my compel to like change my clothes?
Yeah, I think so, by sort of definition.
Okay, awesome. So I'm debt free, I think. No, not to Cassius, but as far as compels, yeah.
These clothes they're fine clothes, but sort of a bit on the expensive side, but not on the super expensive side, like something a minor noble would wear. I'll look through my tokens to see if there's like a particularly illustrative example, for lack of a better term. Okay.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
But while I do that, yeah, what do you guys do?
Can I ask Cassius while looking in the mirror, like, what do you think? Suitable for an oracle?
A toga would be the ideal choice for garments.
Noted. I will venture to purchase one as soon as I can, or acquire one. And
this token, I guess, kind of works. Mine is the hat. But let me see if
mine is the hat.
Let me see. This one also works.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I get. Yeah, I think I get the gist. Muninn would like just not gawk at themselves, but they would like.
I do not this is Acacia speaking. I truly do not understand this era's preference for trousers. There's they're just barbaric.
I can see
a good philosopher ought to wear a toga.
I think Muninn would nod in agreement. Like, absolutely, even though they were just wearing trousers.
They were
yes.
They were including you when they were talking about barbarians, yes.
Yes. Yeah, Muninn would be like, shut up, but obviously Muninn can't do that. So Muninn would say, like, of course, like, I'm excited to get out of these things.
Good. It was honestly embarrassing just thinking that you're my representative while wearing those.
He's such a diva.
You know what? I haven't told many of the other gods yet just because of those trousers.
What? The ones that I were wearing, you mean?
Yeah. Well, which other ones?
I don't know. I thought I was wearing trousers again still. But
well, you are now, but
the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Muninn was like, yeah. Muninn would sort of agree, like, obviously, because they have to, and say, well, yeah, the clothes befit the wearer, don't they? Or the clothes make the wearer.
Indeed. Now find better ones.
They will agree to do that. As in, they will, like, make note of that. And then sort of get ready to, like, meet up back again with Miroslav.
I have no objections. No one will come bother you. So you all let me know. Yeah, if you're ready to set out, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Yeah, Miroslav would like once he met up with Muninn, go ask Nikephoros whether it would be alright if they went to the market, as he still had something to do for Lady Ophelia.
Sure. I guess we'll take this one step at a time. I imagine the two of you now having dressed yourselves, leave your rooms, meet up, and leave, I presume? Intend to at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Feel free to interrupt me if there's anything at any point. But yeah, the hallways are almost eerily empty. Like you'd expect at least some servants to be in this place. And if you begin to descend, you will notice a bit of a flurry of activity as servants are preparing the dinner that Nikephoros announced that he is inviting all of you to.
Ooh.
And you give me a careful to see if you can sort of indicate figure out where he is.
Yeah.
Sure.
I got a 5 or a 7, depending on if I'm using my eyes.
It will be a 7. Funny
Okay.
enough.
Awesome.
Miroslav, you hear like some voice speaking with authority in the sort of dining room, like, no, put that there, no, put the other thing there, so stuff like that. Muninn, you also hear that, but with your otherworldly side, you realize, oh, that's not Miroslav, that's not Nikephoros. That's someone else that you have not met before. Nikephoros seems to be outside talking with Basil, it seems.
Oh. You've never met them before, you said. Could I get a good look at them and see, like...
Spiritually, but if you want to, closer look at their person, you'd have to walk into that room.
Okay.
Again, with your otherworldly sight, you can sort of tell that, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd, probably poke my head in just out of curiosity, killed the cat kind of thing. I think I'd poke my head in just to see, oh, I wonder who that is.
Yeah, sure. And I'll put the person on screen. They seem to be dressed like a noble person. Just give me a second to find their token. Yeah, this one. Which, if you're eagle-eyed, you already would know who this is.
Who is that?
Zamfir or whatever?
Yep. Show&Tell's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So no, it seems he's not locked up in a basement or something.
Turns out.
Very cool. What's he doing here?
It's
That's his
his
house.
estate.
Yeah.
Right. I guess, but yeah, I don't know. I would introduce myself to him, I think, but I don't think we need to at the moment, right? Or do we? I don't know. Probably not, right? Probably Muninn would say to Miroslav, oh, Zamfir's here. So
I mean, it is his estate, so
yeah,
makes sense.
I guess we'll save the niceties for later. He hasn't seen us, as far as I know. So, I mean, we've got to make sure Anghel's okay.
Yes.
Muninn's
my
eyes
eyes would
glow.
glow white.
Yeah.
They would shake their head as if to be like, "What am I doing?" And then just be like, "Look, let's just go. Let's go find Anghel." He said he'd meet us here, and he's not here. So,
for context, Cassius told Muninn, "Do not make a fool of yourself and me."
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying we should go without telling anyone, or do you have an idea where Nikephoros or Basil would be? I mean, Basil said he is most of the time near the stable, so I guess we could look there.
Yeah. Muninn would agree. Yeah. Let's go find Basil, because he seemed like the one that was a bit dubious about us leaving in the first place.
Zamfir yells out, "What's that? Did you let the meat spoil?"
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. You exit the estate, and if you do, you will find Nikephoros and Basil talking sort of in front of it, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Muninn would approach them and say, not to interrupt, but
Basil recoils in surprise.
yeah. Hello.
Nikephoros says, have you thought about doing something about the smell?
I don't
He
think
says
there's
that's
much you can
Muninn.
do. Probably.
Muninn would say, I don't know what Muninn would say because they can't do anything about it, but they can't say that because that's like damning.
Akesi's recommendation would be to ignore that line of inquiry.
Okay, Muninn would ignore it happily. And Muninn would say, my Anghel hasn't returned yet, and he said that he would.
Indeed, I've sent someone to look for him.
That won't be enough. We need to make sure he's well.
Would it be alright if we went to the market? Since I also still have something I need to do for Lady Ophelia, and
what would that be?
She wants me to buy something for her.
Honey?
Yes.
Awkward silence. Basil looks confused. Nikephoros says, well, I'm sure my boy can handle a bit of guard duty, right? He leans in to whisper something in Basil's ear that makes Basil look quite alarmed. Feel free to give me careful to give me to realize what he whispered.
I feel like I have a feeling I know what you said. Careful, you said, yeah. Too. So obviously, I have no idea.
Above board, Muninn, Kesis also does not deign it important enough to tell it to you.
Okay.
But Miroslav, you hear that he said, make a good impression.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what that means. It's not what I thought he was saying, but...
I look forward to the reveal, genuinely, but I at this rate, I think it will take at least like 6 more sessions.
At this rate.
That's fast.
Yeah, that is quite fast. To speed this up, Muninn would say, I'm going to go look for Anghel.
Nikephoros asks, do you need... I apologize to speak out of turn, dear honored oracle, but do you need another redo of the spell just for you to mask the smell? Above board, Cassius finds that question insulting, and so do you because of that.
Okay.
But you can reply however you want, more or less.
Muninn would say, do not insult the oracle. Your word against me is the word against Cassius himself.
Of course.
And then Muninn would say, I need not... I don't need the spell. I will fare well on my own. And you do well to watch your tone.
Give me a flashy.
Ah, damn it.
Miroslav will, like, raise his eyebrow the tiniest bit, like, yeah, you're not talking your own words.
Nikephoros mimics that gesture but says nothing. But he would instead he will say, well, I will, by the time you return, unless something happens, I believe the meal will be ready.
That is good to hear.
Yeah, that is good to hear. Muninn would set off without saying, like an Irish goodbye, without saying a word. as
You
they're
see-
very eager to.
You both see
Yeah.
Nikeforos raise an arm, and then he lowers it. Not in a hello kind of way.
Oh, what does that mean?
You make it first.
Yeah,
See if you remember something.
a 3.
Miroslav?
Hmm?
You can roll careful to see if you remember that gesture that he made.
Nope.
Nope.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, Muninn, Nikeforos made the same gesture when you first came to the estate.
Hmm.
And I told you what it means, and I will highlight the message if you give me a second.
Thank you. Did Muninn see him do it, do you think, as they ran away? Not away, as they walked away?
He did it just as you guys turned to go away.
Oh, okay. Muninn would make note of that, but ultimately, fair enough. But they can't say what it was to Miroslav and the audience.
We
I
love
don't know
our
if you want me
secrets.
Yeah. I won't say anything just in case there's a reveal.
Might be. Anything else from the two? Well, there might be.
Miroslav.
Go ahead.
Miroslav would look kind of a bit happy that Basil would be joining them.
Basil looks perturbed, for lack of a better term. Sometimes seems to be opening his mouth to say something and then closes it again. Opens his mouth to say something, closes it again. Feel free to give me, if anyone's curious, careful to interpret what the hell he's trying to do.
You. Awesome.
Yeah. Shall we? Go ahead.
But yeah, at the same time, Miroslav would also be kind of wanting to ask something to Muninn, but not asking because Basil is there. So it's like he's happy to spend time with Basil as well, but he's also like,
Basil,
I
above
can't-
board. Go ahead.
can't necessarily say the things he wants to say, especially since apparently the Zarhus, so Nikeforos, also has something to do with Acacius, as it seems. So yeah.
Basil will not be very talkative. Like, even compared to when you first arrived at the estate and he was hesitant, whatever Nikeforos said seems to have rattled him.
Interesting. I wonder what. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Is it finally time to check in on Anghel?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Are you with us, Show and Tell? So sorry about that. I'm guessing she's not? Oh, she's muted. She seems to be muted. Okay.
I just noticed that.
Sorry.
No
I'm
worries.
totally talking.
No worries. Are you able to join us for finally checking in on Anghel?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. So, what does... Anghel, you've just passed out. You've been shot. You've been afflicted by just inhaling smoke, by everything that was happening in that estate. You're not in a good way.
For sure. Oh, that's for sure.
What's going on through Angel's mind at the moment, other than pain, if anything?
He just woke up, you mean?
Well, not you didn't just wake up. This is I'm giving you the opportunity to dream, for lack of a better term.
Oh, I see.
Hmm.
Well, to dream.
I'll use Miroslav's to represent Muninn and Miroslav for simplicity.
Awesome.
I mean, dreaming can be anything. I don't know.
If you want
But
it to be nothing, we can have it be nothing. Your choice.
Other than pain, I don't know if there's a lot.
Mm. Do you know it? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
What? I didn't get that reference. Whatever it was.
If you know pain, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I think I did just generally hear that passing out like that kind of sleep is usually sort of dreamless, though I could be mistaken. I'm not a medical expert by any means. But either way, whatever stupor, for lack of a better term, that you're in, is very, very suddenly interrupted by you being slapped awake.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just saying that he wakes up and he groans. Yeah.
You're slapped again. Wake up! As this woman stares you in the eyes.
Ooh.
She is dressed as a nun. And
Okay.
you see her yelling back at someone. I told you your heretical ways wouldn't work. Can you speak, boy? She says forcefully in your face.
Oh, wait, groans is like, I don't know if you can groan. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He makes he makes as much of a pain voice as pain sound as he can. I guess. I don't know what comes out.
Same NPC response. Slaps you, basically slaps you once again, yells at someone behind her that your heretical ways won't work, and then is in your face asking you, can you speak, boy?
Anghel blinks at her barely.
Your left eye hurts especially badly. As she says, you smell of soot, you're covered in blood, your eye is... Well, you've clearly come from the burning estate. Speak. What happened?
Anghel kinda... What?
I have healed your injuries as much as I can. You should be able to speak. Let us hear it.
Anghel, I guess, kinda tries to pick up his hand and, touch where... So I guess he's feeling better if he was healed by her, or what was it? What does it mean healed?
You don't necessarily know, but when...
Look, I'm just asking to know what he should feel.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That, my question first, because this will be our sort of frame of reference. How much does Anghel remember from the half-awake flight from the estate and encountering shapeshifter Joseph and all that?
I think he remembers bits and pieces, but I don't know if they make a lot of sense to him. He might think that it's just part of a dream.
You do remember the sensation of difficulty breathing. You don't have that difficulty anymore.
Okay. So he takes a big breath in to test it, kind of.
That said, because your consequence is still there, if you were to touch where the bullet hit your lung, you'd still feel almost a flashback of that pain.
Okay.
You're healthy,
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You obviously were hurt, you were punched in the face, you were stabbed in the back. For the most part, you seem to be fine, although your left eye does hurt. And you think you're missing... do you put your hand there or something?
Possibly, but very gingerly.
Yeah, shouldn't you have had more hair there?
I guess if I don't know, what would it feel like? I have no idea. The skin.
Tender. It's
Tender.
I imagine above.
Like moist or dry? I have no idea like what to imagine. Whatever.
More on the moist end, I think. I would imagine that. I'll message you in private because we haven't revealed it yet. God damn it. I'm so sorry for this anonymity with everyone, apparently. Let me know if you agree with what I told you, Show and Tell. You can say it. Well, your choice.
Yeah, I don't know, like...
If you... what's the... I'm trying to think. While she's up in your face asking, can you speak, boy? You hear a somewhat familiar face say, oh, give it, Shonto, just how we discussed in the pre-session. Because it's your character.
Yeah, so I'm okay. Like I'm just trying to. So you're just saying that it's like not fresh anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That was a lot. You summed it up so much better than I did. Thank you. But yeah, while you're feeling around your face, and we can come back to that, you hear a somewhat familiar voice that feel free to give me a careful to recognize. Say, give the boy some space, and she yells back, "I will not hear that from you, heretic. I'm the one who healed the boy, and he clearly knows something. I will hear him talk."
Careful, you said, right?
Please. She seems to be arguing with the missionary that Muninn chased off earlier.
Oh. Why is she calling him a heretic? Do we know? Like
They are different denominations.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The heretic, for lack of a better term, does shut up because feel free to give me a clever to realize why he shuts up, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for that, but sure. Ooh, it's a 0.
Awesome.
It's one of the better rolls.
As you do look around, you do see that there are more townspeople around you, looking curious at you and at the scene in general. The nun is sort of kneeling in front of you as you are laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay, people are looking. What do we like?
She basically asked you speak because you must know what happened.
Oh, yeah, speak, yeah. I guess. Well, he's kind of still reeling from like
everything.
Realizing that, yeah, everything. So I don't know, like how. Like I wanted to like, I guess, like my instinct is to have him like speak in frustration, right? But he can't actually do that. So I'm imagining that he's like signing in frustration, but it doesn't have quite the same effect.
I'm trying to remember because there have to have been other times where Anghel was frustrated. How did he handle it back then? I guess, yeah, he was in the presence of people who could understand his mimicry, so yeah, I guess via that.
Is she very close to him, to his face?
She's shoving her face into yours. Not like romantically or whatever, as a way to intimidate you.
Yeah. God, I kind of want him to shove her.
Shoving a nun is a
Maybe.
big no-no, but you can do it, of course.
Yeah, I know. Would he do that though? If he's like in pain and frustrated? Not as much of like a lot less pain, I guess. Still. Maybe not. Maybe he will just kind of try himself to move away or something.
She allows you to.
Turn his face away from her, like.
Can you stand? Asks the missionary.
He will try to.
You can, it's just that it feels like you've come out of a very long sleep. So you're a bit awkward, but you can. Your legs were injured before, but now they're healthy. It's just that they're sort of almost unused to the sensation of being healthy, for lack of a better term.
Okay, interesting. That's something. So he kind of wobbles, but he's fine overall, right? So he stands.
One of the passerby asks, he's not answering her question. Should we turn him to the soldiers? Turn him into the soldiers? She says, there will be no need. He will answer in the face of justice. Answer me, boy.
He looks at her like he's kind of waiting for her to ask something.
She rolls a forceful to sort of impose her will upon you, for lack of a better term. Feel free to try to resist that if you want.
To talk, like her will is for him to talk, basically. Like what she wants is for him to talk. That's what she
divulge rather than talk. That would be a better term.
Since he can't.
Well,
and she.
You can oppose it if you want.
Okay.
In terms of roles, I mean.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how to oppose it. I guess he's just like stays, determinedly silent. Is that a thing? Like,
give me your own forceful, I guess. Tie. Tie means you either fail or succeed at a negative cost.
Succeed at a negative cost?
Okay, I know what the negative cost is, and funnily enough fits with something else I had in mind. Okay. You feel... Just her, obviously, she's a very imposing person, even if not necessarily physically. But you feel that there's something more to how she's pressuring you. Like, you almost feel as if you're instinctually driven to answer her, even though you physically can't. But you are able to sort of resist that, for lack of a better word, compel. Make sense?
Okay.
And as for the negative consequence, she waves your ladle in your face and says, "Did you steal this from the estate? Are you a thief?"
Is it worth a lot? What is this?
I mean, silver.
Oh, really? It's pure silver? Okay. Or not pure, but...
Well, yeah, close enough.
Oh, shit. I guess he kind of twitches, like before, like his impulse is just to reach out and take it. But,
You're clearly a servant or some kind of lowborn. Why would you have this?
Honestly, did he steal it? I don't remember. I think he just took it, right?
You just took it from the ruins of a church. Yeah.
I guess he points at himself to say, like, it's mine. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember, did your group interact much with Mercurio the missionary? Obviously, Muninn had that whole battle with the fellow, but I'm trying to remember if he would know that Anghel cannot speak.
I don't remember. Honestly.
I'll split the difference and have him roll his clever to see if he realizes. Nope. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh well.
Were you trying to rob the estate in the fire? Were you there and did you cause the fire? Answer me. And she walks in. Even closer into your
Anghel
face.
shakes his head.
Can I get a flashy from you to see how convincing you are?
Okay.
Convincing enough. Then why do you have this? Why do you smell of soot? Why were you burned? Why were you stabbed? Why were you shot? Speak! Use your mouth! And she once again
Oh
rolled her
god, she's
first-
annoying.
Yeah, she is.
I want to
yeah.
punch her.
That's her compelling you to speak.
I think he's gonna say like the he say people, but he's gonna like sign it. I don't know. I guess.
Do you, well, first things first, is this your way of opposing her role, or are we opposing her and then you say that?
Oh shit! Her 9 is the
Yep.
is like a forceful.
Yep.
Damn.
It's a good round.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't even realize. Opposing her. Can I even do I have any hope of opposing her?
Mathematically, it's possible.
With like a forceful.
Mathematically.
Mm. I don't know. I guess, yeah. I no wait. Will he be opposing to say that he's saying people? Well, I guess he's saying it forceful. Like he's saying it like.
Well,
is it?
sure. It's just that, I like you opposing her. I was more so treating that as something separate from you saying that you were trying to save people, but we can treat it as part of the same thing. Your choice.
Yeah, I think it's just that's his reaction to her, like.
Yeah, give me a
accusing
flashy.
him.
Sounds flashy or forceful, I guess.
Hoping forceful.
Sure. You think you want to say that, and at first you just almost crumble before her gaze. You feel utterly compelled to tell the truth. And so you do say that, because it is the truth.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh,
Like you paused because your first instinct was to say that to defend yourself, but now you want to
Yeah.
say that because you want to say the truth.
Okay. So
You.
yeah, so he signs it. I don't know what she gets out of that though.
I'll roll her clever. What did you say again?
I was saving people. Something.
She makes several gestures with her hands as well.
Is it supposed to know what to do with that? I
too
mean,
fine.
In your own mimicry that you developed on your own, well, with Muninn and Illona's help, she asks, "What do you mean by that?" Because she assumes you're also deaf, not just mute, and somehow she knows your particular
what?
brand of mimicry.
the fuck, woman.
That's crazy.
That's my language. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You feel confident that whatever you say will be conveyed to her. Say
yeah,
with your hands.
sure. How do you know that? Is what he says.
She mimics with her hands, and you realize, she's using signs that you haven't even invented yet, but you realize, you would use them for that. And she says, She says, "The free above guide me to understand you. Now answer my question."
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. What was the question?
What do you mean by saving people?
There was a fire. I was helping them escape.
Are you, she once again mimics with her hands, are you a servant at the estate? Are you a thief? What was your role there? And the passerbys look confused at each other. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, why did Anghel go there in the first place?
To rescue Rebob.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he was.
But then he fucked something up, right? He went in or
He was
Pretended to be
posing
a
as a servant and
Yeah,
then saw
pretending to be a
Caramel's
servant, so.
soldiers and freaked out.
Oh, Anghel, not
Right.
Rebob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anghel.
Rebob was like left for dead, wasn't he?
Yeah, buried there.
To frame the people who lived there, but that obviously
Yeah.
went out the window.
Wait, so
She asked you
so
basically.
he posed as a servant. Well, no. Well, I guess you can say I went in there to save people. Because it's true, because he tried to save Reba. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe? Does that count?
Yeah, give me a sneaky attempt at resisting her.
It's a sneaky, even though it's true.
You're definitely being sneaky with the truth. But she'll roll again. She got a 7. This time you got a 0. Obeying the letter of the law is not the same as obeying the spirit of the law. She's asking in the spirit of the law, not the letter. If that makes sense.
Okay, but he's not a thief. He's not. So what is he? I don't know what the answer is.
Well, she asked you what you were doing there. She asked you, are you a servant? Were you trying
And he's
to?
not, and he's not. So
So you answer, I'm not and I'm not, basically. If you want to.
sure.
Then why were you there? She mimics with her hands.
Mm-hmm. To save a friend.
Go on. If it is someone worth saving, I will personally head there and save them. Did you
So
save this
he's
friend?
already- Does not Anghel know what happened with Reba? I have no clue.
He shot you is the last memory you have of him.
Oh yeah, he's great. I think he's fine.
What's with that sarcasm? No, she doesn't ask that. She doesn't ask that. Then she points at the ladle and says, then how do you have this? What is this? If you are not a thief.
It's how I save people. It's my weapon. I guess we're going to...
And she knows that you're telling the truth
Untruthful.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks at it. Looks at you. Walks invasively close to you to stare you in the eyes. She's trying to ascertain you, basically. How do you want to resist her looking into your metaphorical and maybe physical soul?
You know what? No, he doesn't feel like whatever.
Okay.
He's just
I
done with
trust
this
this lady.
I kind of started to like her, even though I hated her before.
Yeah, I kind of like her too. I feel like her knowing the sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say her knowing the sign. I think like sold me as like yeah, she's probably nice.
I don't know if I would go that far. It seems kind of invasive, actually, but
Oh really? Okay.
but you know, I mean, there's something about her. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't come off as evil, I guess, but
Yeah.
that could mean anything, really. I don't know.
To quote a joke online, she's worse than evil. She's lawful stupid. But that's just a joke. She's not necessarily stupid because she rolled some pretty high clevers.
Yeah.
Anyway, She metaphorically and perhaps physically peers into your soul, like centimeters away from your face, just staring you in the eyes. For whatever reason, it feels very invasive to you, Anghel. Not like in a way that it would be more than just her physical proximity. But well, I'm going to continue with the assumption that you allow her, as you mentioned. After a couple of seconds, she retreats with a shocked expression, and she says, "You think you're doing the right thing, but you are on the wrong path. Remember that." And she hands you the ladle back.
Oh god. We were told something like this by that what was his name? I don't know.
By your future father-in-law.
Yeah, exactly. What was his name?
I'm brain farting too.
Okay. I want to say Vasily or something, but we
Vasily,
have
Vasily. Yeah.
Yeah, something.
You're completely right. It's Vasily. Yeah. She hands you back the ladle. Do you take it?
Yes.
And she tells you, "I would have words with the ones that are accompanying you, especially the hooded one."
Oh, she's
Ooh.
talking about me.
Yeah. You want to meet the nice lady?
Yeah. I think we get along well.
I mean,
But first, I want you to come with me. We're going to tell the soldiers everything that happened, and you'll be my witness," she says with her hands.
is that a good thing? It's probably not a good thing.
No. Well, it's up to you. I mean, I don't think it is. But it's
Yeah.
probably the right thing to do, maybe. As in, like, the morally just thing, is it not? I don't know. Probably not.
Is
Go ahead.
yeah, Prince Charming, does he have anything to think about that?
He has no opinions on the matter, and you realize you have, at least usually, you always feel like a little bit of an odd Prince Charming impulse to do something or another, even regarding to like most minor things. Now your thoughts are just your own, at least in the presence of this nun. In the presence of,
she's a nun,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Right.
That's a good point.
And if you look around, always first is not around either.
Yeah.
Right. Damn. Okay.
As for,
Because I was...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I did sort of think earlier, like, oh, Wes always thirsty, but then I didn't think more of it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
As for
Right.
that does mean because this is related to your Prince Charming attribute, that your bonus with nice people and innocent people does not work at the moment.
That's too bad. What was the thing with the +1? Is it for fighting?
It's a bonus against mythical creatures and such.
Okay. I just forgot for a second. Okay, thanks.
I was going to mention regarding the soldiers, the information that you guys have for them is they're working for the prince and they're impaling people. That's prisoners of war specifically. That's what you know.
Right.
Damn it. Yeah. Well, she just told him that he's on the wrong path, but she is going to report things to the soldiers.
With you as her witness, she said.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the soldiers are doing what they're told, right? But they're still doing terrible things.
It's debatable whether or not that absolves them of the horrible
Not
things.
absolves them. I'm just like, I don't even know.
I would say you haven't. Anghel obviously has had a lot of experiences with soldiers, understandably. You don't know these particular ones because you only saw them from a distance. Based on the fact that they're working for the prince, you imagine don't know for sure, obviously. You imagine they are like Bogdanian soldiers, like of this country, not caramel
Yeah,
soldiers.
exactly, not caramel.
But
So
you
that
never
should
know.
make him feel better or not? I don't know. Like, let's pretend that he doesn't exactly remember that they just impaled people. I think.
If like leaving aside the impalement, sure. Soldiers, generally speaking, like for the run-of-the-mill populace, they're scary because they tend to rob you for supplies. They tend to, well, just rob you in general, and they tend to not really respect the rules of war. They're scary.
Right.
Above board, if you remember the people who kidnapped Willa, not all of them were caramel. They were in the caramel army, but not all of them were caramel ethnically. I mean.
Oh, but they were. Like they weren't.
They were in the caramel army, but not of the caramel ethnicity. All of them, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he can say something that I don't trust the soldiers. I guess, because that's how he feels.
She says, I understand that, but they are not the ones who took your sister.
Jesus, woman, what is going on?
You allowed her to peer into your soul.
Anghel, I guess Anghel takes. I guess he didn't realize as much as I didn't realize what it would mean. That it would mean that that she would know everything. Anghel take a step back, I guess, from her. Still, I don't like them.
Mercurio the missionary speaks up. Ma'am, you're scaring the kid. He didn't have anything to do with this, I think. I will not hear
really? That's what he thinks? Okay.
She says, depart, heretic. Your input is not welcome here. And the crowd grumbles at the missionary who failed to heal Anghel, who obviously is biased, who is a bit of a pussy and all that, and the missionary retreats.
Who is he? What is his faith even?
The same, just a different branch of it that...
Oh, I get it. Okay.
He's of the universal faith. And
he didn't succeed in healing and everything. So
you hear from the crowd.
Yeah.
And above board, that's because of the defeat conditions that Muninn imposed on him.
Oh, fuck. Oh, now it makes sense. Damn. Okay. Okay.
He sort of
So wait, so what did she say after he said that?
She said, basically, GTFO, you suck. In other words, and the crowds more or less like yelling at him to fuck off, and he looks defeated.
Damn. Okay, Anghel. Yeah, I don't know. You can't really do anything with that. But I think he kind of clenches his fist. I don't know if he means anything by it exactly, but it's more like an impulse or something. And he looks like very defensive, I guess.
For the moment, the crowd's focusing on shouting at the missionary, not at you.
Oh, okay. Good. Bye.
Yeah, he promptly leaves, looking very defeated and sad.
Oh. Look what you did with it.
Sorry.
It's all Cassis's fault anyway.
She looks at you, Anghel, and says, will you come above board with me to talk to the soldiers and all that? And I forgot to remove Miroslav's consequence. I'll do that. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to think. Like, what does Anghel know that happened? Does he know that Muninn did? I mean, Muninn tried to shoot at the servants, right? And Anghel stood in the way.
Like
shoot the fire or something? What was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
On the other
Sorry.
hand, do remember that Angel's the one who initiated the whole bloodbath. So
We're
when
not
she
thinking about that.
well,
Okay.
when
That's
she's
not their
asking
problem.
she's asking you to tell the soldiers everything. She does mean including that.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, so the fact that she looked into his soul means that she knows everything that happened?
Uh,
Okay, wait.
I don't know.
That was a hasty move. I'm trying to think. I mean, those were caramel soldiers, though.
And Bogdania is a part of the Caramel Empire.
Oh. Oh, right, okay. Shit. Yeah, okay. I think it's time to skedaddle. I'm just...
Yeah. I think the
Hmm.
writing's on the wall with this one.
Maybe I can use, Angel's stunt to appear... What is the stunt anyway? I forgot. Like, to something about him looking unimportant and stuff, but the point is that he gets something in return. So escaping is something that he gets in return?
Because he's
Possibly?
big and silent, once per session he can avoid conflict or gain important information
Avoid conflict.
by being dismissed as stupid or unimportant. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're using your stunt to escape this woman's insistence that you ought to confess and all that. Okay.
Yes.
Emphasis on being stupid or unimportant. Okay, she pauses, despite her insistence, and says, "This will not do. They will not believe the word of a mute. No offense intended. I need the hooded one, and I need the carriage driver. Do you know where they are? No, never mind. You won't know where they are." And she says all that with her hands, and then she says with her out loud voice, "Everyone, I need a hooded man that stinks of rot, a hooded person rather that stinks of rot, and a carriage driver." And all of them look at each other like, "What
Hey,
the hell?"
dudes, I just...
Well, all the people look at each other like, "What the hell is going on?"
Shit. Well,
I'll roll her flashy
Not
to
good.
see how convincing she is in convincing these people to go on a proverbial manhunt. Somewhat convincing. They scatter to find a carriage driver, however that one looks like. Miroslav, you're probably safe. Unless, yeah. And a hooded man that stinks of rot.
well,
Munin's-
you should probably stay away from Muninn, though.
Well, Munin's not hooded anymore, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I'm safe.
And she proceeds to leave to search herself, leaving Anghel by his lonesome because he's unimportant. So it seems. Does that make sense?
It does to
Yeah.
me, but
Oops. Okay. I thought my Discord crashed or something. Okay. Are you with us, Show&Tell?
Maybe Show&Tell's Discord crashed.
oh no,
That's
Rest in
possible. So
rest in peace.
yeah, I'll add her. Oh, can you all hear me above board?
We can hear you.
Because Dely's thing just got an error that they may be having trouble, so maybe Discord is having issues.
Okay. I can hear you.
I appreciate that, Izvir. Yeah, Show&Tell's Discord died and will not restart. And it probably so did Dely's. Okay, well, let me write in Roll20. Actually, I'll pause the recording, dear viewers. You guys don't need to see our troubleshooting. Hi, viewers. As you can see from our lovely chat, Discord crashed on us, meaning we will cut off the session here because, without Discord, we have no other way of properly communicating. Not really, anyway. As we obviously will not have a post-episode little discussion. I think it's a good enough point to cap off the session anyway, as Angel's sort of left by his lonesome and the townspeople and the nun begin looking for the rest of the group. Either way, I thank you all for watching and listening to us. For the lovely people that have deigned to join in this sort of half session, first and foremost, I guess I'll go alphabetical. We have Dely. Dely is a lovely streamer, and they are very busy right now, unfortunately, but they do stream occasionally, and they are very entertaining. Then they are unfortunately random with their schedule, so you best be looking out for their social media to see when they decide streaming again. Then Izvir is also a lovely streamer and artist, and they do great art, as you can see in the thumbnails of our episodes and in the sort of beginning portion when I do the recap. They do art streams, and they also do there's Anno 1800 or 1600 or 1400, one of those. It's a game. It's a good one, and they do the regular streams with some of their friends on Friday, I believe. And yeah, those streams are good and lovely and chill as well. Izvir is a lovely individual. And then continue with the alphabetical order. Show&Tell has 2 reaction channels for anime that she has been kicking into high gear recently, so it's the best time to subscribe, for lack of a better term. I would highly recommend her reactions. I've honestly been a fan of those for quite a long time. Even edited some of those, so you may see a bit of my touch there, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I would highly recommend them. They're very entertaining, very insightful, and very emotional when the need arises, for lack of a better term. As for me, I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master, Teeironor. I do this series, which is a lot of fun, as you can see, and unpredictable in many ways. I also do a different series set in the Warcraft universe with a different group of lovely people. That's also a lot of fun, that I would also highly recommend. That comes out on Saturday. We've had this a hiatus for this week that this episode will come out on. Next week should be fine. The week after that, we should have another hiatus. Anyway, unlike the months-long hiatus we've been on, we should be back on our regular schedule programming fairly soon. So, other than that, dear viewers, thank you for watching and listening to us. We should be back next week, hopefully, Discord permitting. Please beg to God, Discord. And yeah, we will see you hopefully next time. Goodbye, everyone.